Hello, and welcome to Serenity and Soul's Tarot Share. The tarot is, of course, 78 cards split up into a major and minor arcanum. And we actually have an in-person reading exchange that happens after the lesson. So if you would like to join us in person, we're at 400 North Center Street, Unit 251. In Westminster, Maryland, 21157, and that is also in the Town Mall of Westminster. We have a metaphysical shop here, and we would love to see you, and participants get the opportunity to have discounted prices. So when you come to the event, we could give you a coupon for 15% off, and you would be able to shop at the store. Come early. Usually our tarot shares are held on the first and third Tuesday of the month from 5:30 to 7:30. So if you come early, just let them know you're there for the tarot share and they will hook you up. Okay, so today's tarot share lesson is going to be the Suit of Wands. As you know, in the past episodes, we had gone over the major arcana. Now we're moving into the minor arcana, and we are also learning about the element of fire. The element of fire is one that is closest to spirit. It's very subtle. And the very cool thing about when wands appear in your reading, it usually indicates that there's some kind of spiritual endeavor, depending on your bent, a creative endeavor, or some type of entrepreneurial endeavor. So this is about discipline, will, things of that nature that move you along in your growth and understanding and evolution. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the Ace of Wands. And as you can see, one wand, it's the Ace. And it is about new ventures. All right. So it's a new spiritual venture, a new entrepreneurial venture, a new creative venture, something that you really, really want to do and that you've put sort of your enthusiasm and passion into. So this is like the very beginning, the seed of that endeavor. Then we move to the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands, the number 2, of course, indicates sort of balancing and harmony. So you're getting good feedback from whatever is happening. It's a good start. You're moving into the venture more deeply, and either you're getting your bearings or you know what you're doing. Then we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is when we have put an investment of energy, spirit, resources, whatever it might be. We've put it out there, and now we're starting to see the results come back. And this is a very contemplative process because it's almost as if, you're looking at it and going, okay, so what are my next steps? I have success here, but now I need to see how I can build and grow this. The Four of Wands is about celebration. So maybe this is a victory of some sort or some type of completion of a project. Maybe you have had some success in your spiritual growth and are experiencing the peace that can bring. And so often this is considered a wedding card. So or a homecoming card, like the prodigal son, and everybody's coming home. Everybody's coming to meet the son as he returns. Now, this is one of my favorite cards in the Suit of Wands, and I know it looks pretty awful because it looks like a bunch of people fighting, but really, to me, they are sparring and they are sort of contending with each other so that they can become better at their craft. So this could be a spiritual lesson. This could be a setback that is there to teach you. This also could be some nemesis that has stepped into your life who is going to grow you pretty well. So when this card comes up, it actually is exciting for me. Now, this is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is about victory. And there are some decks that indicate that this card can come with a bit of arrogance to it. So it's something that you want to avoid. So that's sort of the dark side of this card. So here you are, surrounded by friends and well-wishers who are very, very much happy to see you on top. And as you can see, there's the laurel wreath that's hanging from the staff held by the primary person. And what this indicates is that yes, you can take some time out to savor your victory, but don't get lost there. There is more work to be done. All right, so now we have the Seven of Wands, and this is contending with opposition from higher ground. All right, so this means that you have the upper hand in the situation. You know exactly what you're facing, and though it may look like 1 against 6, because you hold the high ground, you are able to, you are able to control the situation to a certain degree based on controlling your behavior, being able to act in very directed and willful ways. This card is not my favorite card. The Eight of Wands, when it shows up, I sort of throw my hands up in frustration because it means everything's just going to move so fast. All right. It's probably going to move beyond your ability to process it. So when you see this card in a reading, you know that a lot of energy, a lot of movement is coming to the person that you're reading for, or for yourself, and that you need to prepare yourself for this expenditure because it's going to happen quickly. I got this a few months back, and boy, did it kick my butt. All right. This is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is about endurance. All right. And this is basically, well, you've gotten this far. You might as well go the whole course. Don't quit now. So even though you're sort of beat up and bruised and everything, well, you're a fighter. You're a warrior. You're a tough one. You're going to make it through. And usually this card indicates that it's that point where if you gave up, you would lose all of the benefits of what you've invested. And then, of course, we have the Ten of Wands, and this is the card of burdens. These are burdens that we take up. How we view them is going to be determined by the cards around us, but generally, this is something where there's a certain resignation to this because it is something you've committed to, that you have directed a lot of energy into, and it is finally coming to completion, and you're just done with it. It's like, I want to lay this down and move on to the next thing. And tens are usually a completion of a cycle anyway. And then, of course, we have the Page of Wands. Now, the court cards are some of the hardest cards to interpret, and I try to keep it as simple as possible. I usually look to the other cards to tell me what kind of card it is. But when you see a page card, it is usually messages about what the entire suit represents. So these are messages about creative endeavors, spiritual endeavors, entrepreneurial endeavors. You're about to receive some good news. It's on its way. It's already done. And the page is going to be the one to bring it to you. And then I tend to look at these, the Knight through the King, as zodiac cards. And the Knights are cardinal energy, which is that thrusting, forceful, move out of the way energy. Queens are mutable energy, which means that it's changing from one thing to another. And then kings, of course, are fixed energy. So it's the fullest expression of what that suit represents. So if we take those modalities, the cardinal, the mutable, and the fixed, and apply them to the zodiac signs, and what element it is, then we have cardinal fire here. And cardinal fire is Aries. And what Aries does is Aries pretty much leads with its head. And it's impulsive, it can be rash, but boy, can it add a lot of energy into a project to make it move forward. So this could represent sort of a catalyst in your life for a spiritual, creative, or entrepreneurial endeavor. Then we have the Queen. Now the Queen represents Sagittarius. This is mutable fire. And Sagittarians, by nature, are inquisitive, incredibly honest, maybe to a fault, and they have very, very clear ideas about what it is that they want to get done. So when this energy comes in, it means that more than likely someone or something, some event is happening that puts you in a position where you can reprioritize. So it could be that a situation has been going on a certain way, a spiritual situation or entrepreneurial, and then this comes in, this mutable energy comes in and shifts it, right? And usually that comes sometimes with a negative connotation, but if you look at everything objectively, this is a shift from one state to another so that it can evolve and thrive. And then, of course, we have the King. King is fixed fire right here, and that means that's Leo. This is the charismatic performer. So this could be a salesperson in your endeavor, and it also could be sort of a show person, such as like an actor, or it could be an artist or something of that sort. But it could also mean that the fullest expression of the situation has finally been reached. And now you can start looking at, how to use this particular expression to forward your aims in creativity and spirituality. It could also mean a mentor coming in, somebody who's gone through all the experience and distilled the knowledge into something that is very codified. So those are the cards of the Suit of Wands. If you want to look more deeply into the tarot, there are lots of resources online. We have a lot of decks and books here at the Serenity and Soul retail store. And you can also look at books such as Paul Edgar Case's The Key to the Tarot, I think it's called, but it's I'm sorry, I'm confusing Edgar Cayce and Paul Foster Case. Paul Foster Case, if you look him up, he was formerly of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and he wrote an excellent book on the tarot. There is also a book by Benabel Wen, and it's called The Holistic Tarot. That's a great resource. That's where a lot of my information, like I saw everything that I had learned put into one book, and it was really fabulous. And then, of course, we have the Tarot for Yourself by Greer, Greer. So look that up, and then you can learn all of the information about the Suit of Wands, as well as how to use these cards. So, Tarot Share, first and third Tuesday of every month here at the Town Mall of Westminster at Serenity and Soul, 400 North Center Street in Westminster, Maryland, 21157. And we run from 5:30 to 7:30, and I thank you for attending, and let me know in the comments if there's a particular topic that you would really enjoy hearing about in regards to the tarot. Thank you again, and have a wonderful evening.